Witness Weather.
And just about 10 minutes after 6 on your early Tuesday evening, I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking several rounds of snow heading our way over the next couple of days. The one that we're dealing with right now is kind of a precursor to tomorrow, but it's also part of a push of warmer air heading our way. Let's take a look first, though, at the frigid cold temperatures that we had over over our entire area this morning. Many of us well below zero. In fact, it got down to -8 in Norwich for the observed low this morning, and it got down to -4 in Cooperstown. -2 was our low temperature in downtown Utica. So certainly not a record, but definitely well below average. And the good news is that will be significantly warmer than that tonight. As we head through tomorrow, however, we will see snow tomorrow morning, and then it changes to rain in the afternoon for some. But for the rest of us, it looks to remain snow, especially to the north and south. I'll get to that in a second. And then Thursday, the storm departs, but we'll still be dealing with some heavier lake effect snow and some squalls, and some persistent bands could pile up significantly in some cases. And then as we head through Friday, it's mostly cloudy, but we'll still be dealing with a few snow showers out there coming off of the big lake, Lake Ontario. Right now, downtown Utica, 20 degrees, so it's a light, fluffy snow, but it is piling up in some cases. Only expect about an inch out of this particular system, part of a warm front moving through. So winds out of the east-southeast at 7 miles an hour. They'll switch over to the southwest during the overnight hours and for our Wednesday. Temperatures in the teens, both to the northeast and the southeast, but in the 20s off toward the southwest right now. So again, it's a lighter, fluffier snow over most of Oneida, Lewis, even portions of western Otsego County. It is a moderate to even heavier snow indicated by the yellow colors on the radar. The rest of us, it is fairly light. Only expect about an inch or so for many locations. Could be a little bit more up on the Telco Plateau. So again, that's part of a warm front moving through. Back toward the west, though, this is the system moving through the Twin Cities right now that will become the bigger system as we head through our Wednesday. But it won't be, for some of us, it won't be snow from beginning to end. For the thruway down toward the south, it's a winter weather advisory in effect 4 a.m. Wednesday to 1 a.m. Thursday. Up toward the north, though, it's a winter storm warning from 4 a.m. on Wednesday through 1 p.m. on Thursday, where there will not only be snow from this system, but some lake effect behind it. I'll get to more on that coming up in just a second, but let's walk you through your futurecast, showing you the winds switching to the south-southwest tonight at around 10 to 15. There will be higher gusts, especially during the day tomorrow. And then snow quickly overspreading the area after around 4 to 7 a.m. And it could be moderate to heavy in intensity, as again showed you by the yellows and oranges on the radar. So, and it's also a heavier, wetter snow with temperatures marginal, right around freezing. And you'll notice that as we head toward the later portion of the day, could change to rain in portions of the Mohawk Valley. But where it does stay snow, up on the Telco Plateau to the east of Lake Ontario, up in the Adirondacks, could be as much as 6 to 12 inches, a little bit less as you head down toward the south. And as we head through our Wednesday, we will see gusts of wind at times 20 to 25, maybe 30 miles an hour. So it could be briefly reducing visibility. We've got a winter storm watch Thursday morning through Friday morning, when we could see additional 6 to 12 inches of snow, especially to the southwest of the Mohawk Valley. Tonight, temperatures are between 20 and 25. Tomorrow, we'll get up to around 35 to 40. And that's before another surge of cold air moves in. So we'll definitely be switching things back to snow. Dorian, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. I thought Witness Weather forecast.
And 10:17 is now the time on your late Tuesday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking an unsettled eyewitness weather forecast over the next couple of days. So let's get right to our weather headlines. That includes snow tomorrow morning. It'll quickly overspread the area, but by the afternoon, we'll see some warming temperatures making their way into the Mohawk Valley. And that means there we could see a change to rain. So limited snowfall accumulation there. But on Thursday, snow returns to the area in the form of lake effect, and there could be some snow squalls as well. And some of that could be particularly heavy before we're just left with mostly cloudy skies and some snow showers for Friday. Right now in downtown Utica, after we did have a little bit of snow earlier this evening, 1 to 2 inches in some cases. Mostly cloudy skies, 22 degrees, and that's basically the lowest that we're going to get. Maybe another degree or two beyond that tonight, because the winds will switch over to the south. Right now they're out of the east at 9 miles an hour. Fitting, we do have some snow plows making their way through downtown Utica, making it feel like 12 degrees, that wind I should mention as well. Up toward the north, we do have temperatures that are into the teens, but we've got largely 20s from the valley on toward the south. Again, not dropping back much from where we are right now because the winds are switching to the south, and they're out of the south and east right now at around 6 to 12 miles an hour, up to 17 though. In Lalvo, we are still dealing with some light to moderate snow. That's part of that push of warmer air, a warm front moving through. during the overnight hours, and that's what will result in the closer to average temperatures for tomorrow. The average high for this time of year in the upper 30s will get into the mid 30s, and you'll notice we've got snow over portions of southeastern Wisconsin, but rain in Illinois right now, and that's part of the Clipper system that originated from Alberta that'll be with us during the day tomorrow. So for that reason, areas up toward the north, the pink color, that is a winter storm warning in effect from Wednesday at 4 a.m. through Thursday at 1 p.m. and part of that is the lake effect that I'm going to be talking about as well. From the valley on toward the south, however, you do have a winter weather advisory for slightly less snowfall accumulation from 4 a.m. Wednesday through 1 a.m. on Thursday. And then the lake effect takes over. I'll talk about that in a second. Overnight tonight, though, we will see a few snow showers out there. I think they'll become less numerous temporarily, and then that next system moves in, and you'll notice that it quickly overspreads the area and could become quite heavy, especially along the thruway for your morning commute tomorrow. It'll be a heavier, wetter snow as well because temperatures will be right around the freezing mark and then making their way into the upper 30s as we head through the day. And that means that we'll see a bit of a change to rain in the Mohawk Valley, hanging on to the snow both to the north and south, up in the Tug Hill Plateau and up into the Adirondacks, the North Country. That's where you have the best potential of seeing as much as 6 to 12 inches of snow. That goes from 1 a.m. Wednesday to 1 a.m. Thursday, a little bit less as you head down toward the south and closer to the capital region. You may not even see 2 inches of snow, but what we are going to see tomorrow are southerly gusts of 20 to 25, maybe up to 30 miles an hour up in the Tug Hill Plateau, and that's where you could see briefly reduced visibility with the snow. And then the attention shifts to the lake effect snow, and that's when a winter storm watch kicks in for Madison, Oneida counties Thursday 1 a.m. through Friday at 7 a.m. That's where we have the best potential of seeing a round of not just above 6 inches of snow. We'll have that exact map for you during the day tomorrow. Overnight tonight, 20 to 25, winds out of the south and southwest. Winds out of the south and southwest tomorrow as well. Highs as much as 35 to 40. And then back into the freezer we go with temperatures into the 20s and 30s, maybe even the teens, and the snow not really going anywhere anytime soon. Dorian, back to you.
Thanks, Jordan. Eyewitness weather forecast.
11:12 on your late Tuesday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking an unsettled Wednesday ahead of us, and that includes snow for a lot of us, but it looks like it could transition over to some rain in the Mohawk Valley. So that's part of our weather headlines here. It'll start as snow for everybody, but as we get some warmer air into the middle and upper 30s in the valley, it'll transition to rain there before it goes back to snow, and that looks to include not only snow squalls, but lake effect snow for our Thursday. Could pile up in some of the most persistent bands, and then on Friday it's mostly cloudy, but we'll still be dealing with snow showers even then. Live look right now downtown Utica shows us we have mostly cloudy skies. Temperature 25 degrees. It has come up over the last hour. The reason for that is because of that east-southeasterly breeze at 8 miles an hour. However, with that being said, it feels like 16 at the present time. Temperatures up toward the north and east are into the middle and upper teens, but largely 2/3 of us are into the middle and if not the lower 20s out there right now. However, it does feel a little bit chillier than that, as I just mentioned, thanks to that wind. We're still dealing with a little bit of light snow, both far to the north and far to the south, but I expect the snow to come to an end temporarily during the overnight hours. That's part of that warmer surge of air that we're dealing with. And then we've got this area of low pressure, a Alberta Clipper, back toward the west, bringing snow to portions of Wisconsin and Michigan, rain to portions of Illinois and Indiana, and it'll bring snow to portions of our area before it transitions over to rain for some. So where we expect the heaviest snowfall accumulation, that's where you have that winter storm warning to the north from 4 a.m. on Wednesday through 1 p.m. on Thursday, and some of that's for the lake effect snow as well. Down toward the south, it is a winter weather advisory from 4 a.m. on Wednesday through 1 a.m. on Thursday. We'll see a little bit less snowfall accumulation. Let's walk you through the timeline here with Futurecast. It's expected to develop tomorrow morning between about 5 and 7 a.m. and you'll notice that the heaviest, unfortunately, that yellow color located right along the thruway. So your morning commute could be quite tricky. I could imagine that there will be some school closings and delays possibly, and it looks like we'll see that snow as we head through the afternoon. It looks like there might be a bit of rain that tries to work its way into the valley. However, regardless, temperatures in the middle and upper 30s, that'll result in a heavier, wetter, pastier snow. So it's got more water consistency to it, even to the north and south, where temperatures are a little bit more marginal. It'll still be heavier and wetter there too. But there could be as much as 2 to 6 inches, even in the Mohawk Valley, up toward the north, the Tug Hill Plateau, to the east of Lake Ontario, up in the Adirondacks, the North Country. There could be as much as 6 to 12 inches, where you do see that winter storm warning. Winds again out of the south tomorrow. Could gust anywhere from 20 to 25 miles an hour in the valley, maybe as much as 30 to 35 up toward the north. And then once we get beyond that, the attention shifts to the lake effect snow as we head through Thursday. As a result, Madison, Oneida counties as far west as Wayne County under a winter storm watch for the potential of another 6 to 12 inches of snow, and that takes us through Friday morning as well. That's how much you can expect there. A little bit less again toward the north and the east. Temperatures overnight tonight have already bottomed out around 20 to 25, and then temperatures tomorrow around 35 to maybe as much as 40 degrees. That would be few and far between. I think most of us get into the middle and upper 30s. However, it'll feel like the low 30s most of the day with that wind, but unfortunately we just can't shake these below average temperatures.